A deadly glow flickers in the infinite black, a light in a place where no sun has ever reached.
And where pressure could crush a submarine like an egg.
From this eternal darkness drifts a figure of mythic terror, a monstrous female anglerfish, the lure of the dead queen, her swollen body pulsing with eerie bioluminescence.
Her broken lure, weak yet still alive, trembling like the last heartbeat of a dying star.
Imagine that light in the abyss, a flicker of blue, haunting and impossible, cutting through darkness as thick as nightmares.
What draws you in? Curiosity? Fear?
The sudden, terrible beauty of a creature shaped by evolution to live where nothing else dares?
This is not merely prey or predator.
This is a sovereign born in black water, forged by ancient oceans, and perfected over millions of years of isolation, pressure, and hunger. Welcome to the lure of the dead.
Below waves that sparkle under a distant sun, the ocean plunges into shadow. First dim twilight, then utter night.
At depths beyond 2,000 meters, light doesn't just disappear, it's devoured.
In this midnight zone, creatures exist by flickers, flashes, and the biogenerated glow of organs like the anglerfish's lure.
These worlds are places of crushing pressure, near freezing cold, and an emptiness so profound it feels almost sacred. Yet here, life finds inventive, beautiful, bizarre ways to survive.
The anglerfish you will meet is not simply a fish, it is evolution made visible in all its grim wonder. Her ancestors once lived where light and food were abundant, on the slopes of ancient seas.
But over endless ages, some lineages began to drift deeper, where fewer rivals waited and far greater danger. Down here, sunlight never reaches. The only illumination comes from life itself. And from the darkness was born a miracle, a living light glowing when no sun would ever shine.
Now picture the queen.
Her bulk is enormous for the depths, fleshy, swollen, and mottled with dark purples and blacks that seem almost unreal in their void-like density.
Strands of thin skin stretch over pockets of luminous organs, creating an otherworldly glow that pulses like living veins beneath her surface.
A ragged lure hangs from her forehead, flickering faint blue, a beacon that in better times might have been used to seduce both prey and mate. Around her sides cling several parasitic males, their bodies fused, deformed, and purpose-built to be little more than appendages of reproduction. They cling like grotesque barnacles, lifeless but biologically necessary. This is no ordinary anglerfish. This is evolution turned to legend. To understand the lure of the dead, we must start at the beginning of her lineage, long before her species carved its niche in the abyss. Deep-sea anglerfish, known scientifically as ceradioids, trace their roots to ancestors that once lived on the ocean floor. In an extraordinary evolutionary leap, these ancestors moved into open, deep waters.
Into the bathypelagic zone, where food was sparse, light was non-existent, and survival was more contest than condition.
Here, the anglerfish lineage underwent transformative changes. Jaws widened, eyes shrank, bodies adapted to conserve energy, and the signature lure evolved, a bioluminescent beacon shimmering in the dark to tempt the unwary. This adaptation, bioluminescent flash and pitch black, is far more than aesthetic. In a world where nothing is seen without light, light is everything. It attracts mates, it ensnares prey.
And for deep-sea ambush predators like the queen, it is life itself. But the light isn't magic, it's biology. In the tip of her modified dorsal spine, the famed fishing rod, lies a pocket of glowing bacteria that emit light through chemical reactions. This is mutualism at its most eerie. Bacteria find refuge and nutrients in the lure, and the fish gains the only effective tool imaginable to hunt in pitch black.
Her eyes, small, dark, and unremarkable, see little by comparison.
In the abyss, shapes are ghosts, and movement is the only language.
Instead, the queen senses through vibrations, pressure waves, and the faintest shifts in chemical gradients.
She does not swim after prey, she waits.
a creaking ghost fortress anchored in a turbulent sea of particles and silence, barely moving, conserving energy. Here, the deep ocean is an alien landscape, a place of crushing pressures greater than any found on land, where every creature must adapt or perish. The skeletons of deep-sea fish like our queen are not rigid like those of shallow water fish. Instead, they are soft and cartilaginous, more flexible, able to withstand the relentless weight of water pressing in from all sides. Their proteins and enzymes have evolved resistance to pressure-induced collapse, so cellular functions continue where most life would simply implode.
It's incredible how these enzymes survive such pressure. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the abyss, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep the lights on for more expeditions like this.
Imagine now descending in a submersible, lights on, cameras rolling, into the dark beyond the reach of solar rays.
The silence is suffocating, the water around you cold, heavy. Then the gleam, a flicker, then another. And there, suspended in the current like a phantom, is the queen. Her teeth, translucent and jagged, curve outward like the spires of a ruined cathedral, catching the sub's lights. Her lips part in a slow, deliberate motion. In that moment, you are face to face with an apex of tragedy and beauty. This is where myth meets science. Scientists from deep-sea expeditions have encountered anglerfish only a handful of times. Recorded on ROV cameras at depths of 600 to over 2,000 meters, offering humanity fleeting glimpses of these enigmatic beings. In 2025, researchers witnessed a rare surface sighting of a black seadevil, a species close kin to our queen, near Tenerife. Alive in daylight for the first time on film, sparking awe and perplexity in the scientific community.
The queen doesn't chase her meals, she waits, a motionless terror, her lure blinking an irresistible invitation.
When something, a curious fish, a drifting crustacean, approaches to investigate the light, she strikes. Her jaws unhinge, opening wide like a cavernous maw, and within milliseconds the creature is swallowed whole. Such capability is not luxury, it is survival. Deep-sea anglerfish have inspired both scientific fascination and cultural dread. They appear in tales of sea monsters, in speculative fiction, and even in popular animated films, where their fearsome silhouette lingers in public imagination. Yet once you strip back the myth, what remains is a creature of raw evolutionary triumph and unanswered questions. Why do bioluminescent bacteria colonize the lure only later in life? How do males navigate the endless black to find a mate? How does the immune system allow tissues of two separate organisms to merge without rejection? Recent studies have even shown that some anglerfish species have lost key elements of their adaptive immune systems, enabling this tissue fusion without immunological conflict. Each expedition that documents anglerfish, whether through ROV footage, rare surface appearances like the 2025 Tenerife sighting, or specimens washing up on far-flung shores, adds threads to a tapestry still woven with mystery. As we pull away from the queen and ascend towards sunlit waters, let her presence linger in your mind. The deep ocean is not merely a place of darkness, it is a cosmic cradle of adaptation, innovation, and persistence. In its abyss lies not emptiness, but stories written in the language of pressure, light, hunger, and time. Creatures like the lure of the dead queen challenge our understanding of life, its boundaries, its possibilities, and its capacity for strange beauty. Will science ever fully unravel her secrets? We do not yet know. But in the flicker of her broken lure, in her silent mastery of the abyss, lies a reminder. The deepest mysteries are not beneath the surface, they are the surface, waiting to be seen. The pressure at 2,000 meters is crushing, but it's nothing compared to the total darkness of the Hadal Zone. To see the invisible monsters that hunt in that void, click right here. If you want to stay submerged in the deep sea science, hit subscribe, but the real mystery is waiting for you in this next dive.